Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having us. We're very excited to join you today. My name is Helen, and I'm here with my colleague Patrick. We're both part of Deepblue Networks, a digital agency that's part of the Scholz and Friends family, and we're based in Hamburg in Germany. We're here today to showcase one of our agency's campaigns, which is actually very close to our hearts. It's called Edgier Character. And in it, we feature all kinds of colorful characters, which are based on our agency's own employees. It all started out as a book, which we laid out in our lobby so that visiting applicants and customers and guests could take a look and have a chance to get to know Deepblue Networks in an original and in a fun way, and also to meet our employees and characters. But we also launched Edgier Character as an Instagram campaign where we featured all of our staff. And there we also added some popular pop culture figures, which we displayed in the same characteristic look. And with the campaign, we managed to bring lots of attention and also fun to our account, whilst also increasing our following and our engagement. And with Edgier Character, we got to differentiate our agency from others in a very special way, and we established a unique branding for Deepblue Networks as an employer. But that's not where it ends. Patrick, why don't you tell us what Edgier Character grew into over time, and what does it mean for Deepblue Networks today?
Sure. So when the concept was developed, the designers got the briefing to really bring our corporate culture to life. And what we just saw in the video is the result. And I think it's a really extraordinary result because the characters really empathize our most important culture values, which are diversity and authenticity. And that's what the whole campaign is about. And it also shows that we don't want mainstream, not in creation and creative ideas for our clients, but also not in our workforce. Personality counts. And I think this really is a main asset of this campaign. But over the time, the campaign and the design style managed to find its way into all areas of the company. I think, Helen, right now, Edgier Character is maybe one of the most important parts of our CI, right?
Yeah.
And let me give you one example. When we go to pitches, we create our pitch decks only with characters and illustrations in that character design. This also comes to hand in all other customer communication measures. And I think that really creates an impressive differentiation in comparison to other agencies. And another huge benefit, and this comes to hand when we do like complex presentations like strategy presentations, we can easily communicate complex content in a simple and fun way. But the whole idea and the narrative also has become an important springboard for different other campaigns we did in the last 1 or 2 years.
Exactly. And of course, I know all about the many creative campaigns which Edgier Character served as a springboard for. But could you give us some current examples for that?
Sure. So what we see here is our Alexa skill. And actually, this skill is the first ever recruiting smart speaker skill that allows you to apply at a company just with your Alexa speaker instead of handing in any written documents. The second one here, this campaign is called The Sound of Deepblue. And that is just a simple idea because it's an employer branding landing page where we have added employees' favorite songs to their characters to just create another emotional dimension on top. The third one here is Show Your Character, and that's a campaign we did in the early beginnings of the pandemic, and we wanted to share our stage with the heroes of the pandemic. So in an Instagram campaign, we really celebrated all those who were and unfortunately still are doing incredible jobs during Corona. So, for example, you see hospital workers or employees in supermarkets, and last but not least, even parents who have to do an incredible job right now.
So now you've seen how we've implemented our characters in the outside world, but let's also take a look inside Deepblue Networks, where our characters have become a very important factor of the Deepblue culture. So can you explain that a little further for us?
Sure. So when you work for Deepblue Networks, you get your own character that is based on your look, on your special features and even quirks. So when you scroll through all the characters, you're going to see lots of crazy hobbies, unusual working rituals, and many other things that makes you and me unique. So when you put all these characters together, you get a sum which represents our agency as a colorful and diverse band of characters. And this is my personal opinion. This really turns this measure into an important identity forming factor. And saying this, you can also say that this narrative that is behind all this character campaign really defines our philosophy as a company and the way we understand working for clients. Because when we understand ourselves as a band of characters, we are absolutely convinced that the best solutions for our clients result in that perfect mix of different competencies and personalities who can work in a cultural environment that Deepblue offers to us, where we can express our personal powers best.
Yeah, I can certainly attest to that. Now for our final question, let's talk a little bit about the world of work, which is currently in a big state of change, as we all know. So Patrick, what do you think? How can Edgier Character foster the transformation within our agency?
Sure. I hope that everybody understood that the characters have become an important cultural anchor for us. And we are convinced that they will help us in our ongoing change process. And I think many WPP agencies are in the same process at the moment. Driven by the corona pandemic, we have decided to pursue the benefits of a hybrid working environment beyond COVID-19. So the whole agency is currently working together to transform this analog corporate culture that has obviously grown over many years into a new flexible working culture in a very short time. So we will use the characters and the narrative behind that, the big narrative, in that process at many internal and external contact points, because we really believe in that orientational function of this important cultural element. And we think that the characters will, and certainly, yeah, they will become a central factor for the success of this really important change process for Deepblue networks.
Definitely. And at Deepblue, we're all very curious to see what this process has in store for us.
Yes.
But yeah, this has been a little glimpse into our campaign, Edgier Character. We hope you enjoyed it, and thank you again for having us.